So, hi Hector, it's my next video, and this one is about this kid that got yelled at in my class, and now he hates the teacher. So, we're doing structural, and we're working on people, and we're doing this verbal hands-on assignment where, we're learning what we had been taught that day, and we're supposed to treat it like it's the final. So you're supposed to have your beingness, respectful, professional, and you're not supposed to do a whole bunch of chit-chatting and casual talk. You're supposed to be focused completely on what you're doing. So things like that. And this kid, he decides to put his head in this guy's butt cheek, doing compressions with his head while he's working on this other guy, or on the client he had. And as he's doing that, the girl who's working on me is like, what the hell is he doing? And then she's lurking down working, and apparently the teacher sees it, and she yells at him, and she goes, what the hell are you doing? She goes, I don't mean to yell at you and publicly humiliate you, but that is not okay to do. You do not put your head on your client and do that. This is a hands-on assessment. It's worth points. You're playing around. That's not okay. And he's like, she goes, why would you put your head on your client? And he goes, in clinic we're allowed to. And she goes, this isn't clinic. And he was like, and she goes, really, you're giving me that kind of attitude? And he was acting like, well, it's okay in clinic, so why couldn't I do it anywhere else? Because it's not fucking shiatsu. Shiatsu, I told him today, I'm like, shiatsu, you can put your head on your client because you can use different parts of you to create different things. But that's really the only modality that you can do something like that. Structural, you don't. It's your hands you're using. And things like that. You're not using your feet on them or nothing like that. It's your hands, your forearms, fists, knuckles, and things like that. So the standard stuff you would use for Swedish, and especially for deep tissue work in Swedish. And he's all acting like this stupid look, like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's okay in this. Why can't it be okay for me to do it now? And he hates her, and he thinks she's a bitch. And I'm just thinking, dude, first of all, she was completely upset that she yelled at him because she doesn't want to have to do that. But he's being a dumbass. And I'm actually surprised that it finally happened and it took this long, because he's been screwing around with everybody. I know that's how he shows affection, and is like, hey, whatnot. But he now does not want to show up to any of her classes or do anything. And I'm like, you're not going to fucking graduate because you're not taking any of this seriously. You're allowing your damn little small tiny piece of shit ego get in the way of all the fucking stuff you need to be doing. You don't care about this because you're so worried about being masculine, and you don't find this masculine at all. And I'm like, being responsible is masculine. Learning how to finish something once you start something's masculine. Learning how to be accountable for the shit you do is a masculine. Those are attractive traits. Nobody wants a guy who's a fucking little bitch about everything. Who wants a guy that decides to end something because, oh, he got yelled at because he's being a dumbass? No, I'm like, no, you deserve it. You act like a dumbass, you get treated like one. You gotta get chewed out for it, because you shouldn't be a dumbass. Because who wants to be a dumbass? Nobody. Not someone who actually has a mind and uses it correctly. They don't want to be a dumbass. That's not their life goal. So it annoys me because I just don't understand why he thinks it's so necessary. He plays a stupid little game of, oh, and clinic is okay, so it's okay for every other class. No, it isn't. And I talked to him a little bit today, and he's just not going to go. And so I'm like, okay, you're not going to graduate with us because you're cheating on your freaking finals. You haven't taken them. And not only that, but you're not showing up, you're not trying to make up for it. Like, he's barely gonna make it. And for clinic, he hasn't made up any. And he got fired from clinic, so I think he's also saying, like, fuck you to clinic. And then not only that, but he's not gonna be going to a class at all. And he's already, like, missed so many hours of school. And if he keeps doing it because of petty bullshit, he's just gonna be he's gonna be under that 70% attendance. I don't understand it. I'm like, dude, you have to sometimes fucking suck it up. There's a woman in my class who is not gonna graduate with us because she refuses to make it up on a Saturday because that's her Sabbath. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people who have to compromise. It's not the worst thing in the world to say, okay, it's not because of this is to help me. I'm sorry, but I sacrifice my Sunday. I know I don't go to church or anything, and I'm not very much into church or whatnot. But I would understand that I'm not gonna be a bad person because I did that. That doesn't make me a bad person. And if the person doesn't want to do that because they really want to keep it, that day holy for them, then there should be a way to compromise and work with that. But you cannot double up in one day. So I can't do 5 people in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. I can only do 5 on my clinic shift, and then I have to do the day before a 5. Depending on which you have. If you typically work on a Sunday or a Saturday. So that's the case. And I just can't believe, like, some of the people in my class that are just, like, doing this stuff. And I'm just like, dude, I have not missed one single clinic shift that I had to be there. Not one. There's only one time where I did not do my 5. And that was because I was feeling like crap. And it was like my 2nd or 3rd clinic shift, I believe. And I just was having really bad stomach pains. And they were nice enough because I had done 4. They gave me the option of you can do 5 and finish it, or you can go home now and I won't say anything. We'll let it slide, so it will be fine. It's just like you won't do 5. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go home. And that's the only time. Every other time I've done all 5, and I've been keeping up with it. And I can't believe people in my class are just kind of like breezing on by. I'm like, dude, I would make up. But I know they have jobs and they have other things that get in the way and cause problems. But I'm like, I would like to feel more safe than not. Like, I do not want to be that person who feels like I'm hanging on by a thread, like I'm getting closer and closer. I don't want that. Like, I will have 100% attendance for everything. Like, I'll get good grades. Like, I only have 2 B's so far. And it's all in anatomy. But they're good B's. Like, they're high B's. Like, I would need, like, a certain amount of points to then turn them into an A. But besides that, like, they're good grades. Like, every other class I have all A's. And then they do it where it's overall. So I can actually get an A in anatomy, and an A in all my classes. Because they collectively do it all over. Kind of great. I'll tell you more in the next video.